I think one thing maybe people should realize is, when we talk about culture like this, it's great to know about it.
Mm,
But I would also think that I don't think, for example, if your company isn't like that, I don't
mm,
think it's wise to take the culture from somewhere else and then try to change it from the bottom up.
mm.
You know what I mean? Like I think it's admirable, but you're better off to be like I feel like you're better off like if the company isn't a fit for you, then
Mm.
you can find somewhere else where like you can
Yeah.
experience the culture that you want. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Kasi
May
kasi
may pagdating dun sa ganyan, sige, sige, go ahead, go ahead.
yeah,
Mamaya na.
well,
Na
go
na
ahead,
isa.
say hold your thought. But basically, it's just more of like unless you're in a position where you're talking directly to the founder, right?
Mm,
And you guys are talking about HR policies and how to improve this.
mm,
I think it's very hard because sometimes people will take an idea like that and then just force it onto the company
mm,
when the company just doesn't operate that way and it's not what they stand for, and they
mm.
decide that they want to operate that way. And instead of just saying, all right, because people forget that they have a choice. They have a choice to leave if
Yeah.
they like.
Mm,
You know what I mean? One of the things I like
exactly.
to say that one of the things that I stick with is this: like when you're going for a job interview, like you're not just interviewing you, right? You're also interviewing them in a sense
Mm,
that if there's anything that you say that they listen to and they're like, we don't like that, then that's fine, and you can just say, well, if that's how you guys see it, then maybe this isn't going to be the right place for me to work also. So I
mm,
think I think So go ahead. I mean, I don't know if my thoughts were clear there, but maybe you want to expand a little bit on what you had in mind.
mm. Well, kasi nung may mga counselees ako na parang nagko-complain dun sa like they complain about their current projects
Mm,
and they complain about their current stuff. So, yun nga eh, with the company that we are in, you can actually, say that this is not working for you. You're not really good at that, or let's say you want to move to something else. If there's an opportunity, then you get to move. So, yun nga, it doesn't, yung sinasabi mo na fino-force yung ano, hindi it's not really for everybody. Like kailangan mo talagang hanapin yung middle point mo na if you want to stay, then if you think that's okay for you, then you stay. If not, there's always other stuff around you that you can
mm,
go out. Sometimes I even say like if you think you're not really happy here, then and you find something else, like, or maybe find another hobby that would fuel what you're doing now, or yung mga ganung stuff.
yeah.
So maraming factors. It's not really like, okay, I need to stay here because kailangan ko talaga magstay here. Like there's always an option like, okay, kung hindi ako pwede dito, edi pumunta ako sa iba. Parang ganun.
Nice, man. Cool.
Mm.
I we covered a lot there, right? Just with work.
Mm.
If you had to sort of just maybe come up with a summary of what advice you'd give to I don't want to say dancer, but just anybody who's sort of wanting to traverse the corporate ladder, right?
Mm.
And give that a try. What are some of the learnings that you feel like? And we've discussed a few already, but maybe there's something that you can pull from. What learning do you think would be helpful for somebody who's looking to explore corporate?
Okay. For me, kung pinaka-ano first you have to, yung pinaka-important for me is like, you have to, let's say, love your job. Like, you
Mm.
have to make sure that you're enjoying what you do.
Mm-hmm.
I never really thought that I would enjoy solving problems for other people, but yun. So, yun. You have to first basically make sure that you enjoy what you do
Mm-hmm.
in a certain level.
Mm-hmm.
uh you make sure that you have a purpose on why you're doing your job,
Mm-hmm.
and then ano pa ba, well, basically yun. As long as you're enjoying and and you're still okay and you're happy with what you're doing, then you have to pursue it. If not, that's it's a sign already. Like if you're not really enjoying it and you think that what you're doing is like routinary every day and it
Yep.
doesn't excite you at all and you're not learning anything anymore,
Mm.
and I think it's about time that you find something else to do or move to a different place, something like that.
That's really important, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I like what you said. Because I think, and here's the thing, right? Parang people might think na, let's say you're a dancer and you're
Mm-hmm.
doing your passion, and then they see this video and they go, oh, kaya pala ng ganito. But the
Mm.
biggest difference and that they should note is you actually like what you're doing, right?
Yeah,
It wasn't
exactly.
like, you know, it wasn't like I need to do this kasi kailangan ko na ng pera. You like something.
Oo.
So the same sort of values that we have in terms of doing what we love for dance, it applies the same thing. I think if you're gonna jump to the corporate side, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Cool, man, cool. So let's shift a little bit to family.
Oh
Obviously,
wait, one more thing,
go.
one more
Okay.
thing about that. If you're like you mentioned kasi with about climbing the corporate ladder as well. So one
Mm.
important thing for me to do there is don't kiss ass.
Yeah, yeah.
For me, like if you really love what you do and you're really good at it and you're trying to build from it, don't kiss ass because it doesn't really work like that.
Oh, you know what?
Uh,
Also to jump off of that, because you know, I have lots of stories of like there's a lot of office politics, right? That happens when you're
yeah.
in the
Di
office.
mo maiwasan yan eh.
Yeah, like parang you have the person who's like, "Ay, wala naman siyang ginagawa tapos ang taas ng
Oo.
position niya." So there's a lot of that. One of the things that also has also been helpful for me is that whenever I was in the office, I just made it a point that if you were gonna ever talk about anybody, right, boss,
Mm.
teammate, or things like that, I was never gonna say anything that I couldn't say to them in front of their face.
Your face, yeah.
Like, you know what I
Exactly.
mean? Because that's how it starts. When
Transparency.
yeah, exactly that. Kasi
Yeah.
pag you start talking, si ano eh, tapos you're not able to actually confront that, it makes it
Mm.
very difficult. So yeah, I like that. Don't brown nose
Mm.
is what we say in the States.
Yeah.
Cool, man.